Yo, 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 Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 2026 is here. We back again with the family. Do the right swing. My brothers from another. How y'all feeling, man?
Yeah.
How we doing?
We got another one.
That's
We got
right. That's
another
right.
one. Yeah, wait till I get what y'all got set up though. Y'all over here, Christmas look like Christmas trips. Y'all right? You know what I'm saying? Christmas, Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
man,
Kwanzaa,
new
all
setup.
that.
I'm stretching.
New year, new setup.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I think I got 10 years on you. I'm stretching stuff from old house to new house. All this is just stretched.
I'm saying everything in the right place though. You know what I'm saying? Everything in the right place. Look.
You know, 2026, how we want to kick it off. Just everybody comes out with their New Year's resolutions and, kind of the cliche, get in shape and all that. But speaking to my brothers, just on some brother to brother, keeping it real, what do y'all want to see for 2026 for yourselves, personally and, in the world of golf? Like, what do y'all want to see change or get better or even, not not change? What are y'all thinking, man, for this?
Yeah, who want to kick it off? Y'all want me to go first? I'll say
I
Go
want
that.
you
ahead,
to
man.
first.
Go ahead,
I want
Wyatt.
Wyatt to go
Go first.
Dub
first.
got the juice, man.
Man.
Wyatt got the glow right now. He got the Bruce Leroy, bro.
Nah, here we go. See, this will get me in trouble. You know what I'm saying? When they start being silent, I just start talking. That's when I get myself in trouble. But some of the things, some of the things that I would like to see this year is something that we talked about off off the podcast and on a little bit is consistency, right? The consistency is key, especially in my realm, off the course, on the course, consistency is key. But I'm trying to get more trophies. You know what I'm saying? At this year, I think I'm going to get back to my roots, my crazy competitive nature roots. Like, I'm trying to, kill you, destroy you, like your whole family. You know what I'm
The
saying? On some
return of
Mike
5 feet.
Tyson
Hey,
ish.
coming
You
for
know
you.
what I'm
Is the
saying?
return of
Like
5 feet? Is it the
yeah,
return of 5 feet?
something happened yesterday. And
Mm,
I don't know if I should share it. You know what I'm saying? I still need to give it time because obviously you can still feel the energy. But
mm.
yeah, bro, like they woke up another fire. Like, I already had something chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep a fire, you know what I'm saying? Just like a little amber, you know, for your little vocabulary, Carl, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but now it's turned into a blaze, you know what I'm saying?
Let's
We got
go.
Hey,
wildfires out here. So
let's go.
yeah,
Ooh,
Go.
this year we just trying to kill everybody, disrespectfully and respectfully. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at.
Hey,
snap.
I love it.
That's where
I
we
might have
at.
to hit you on the side and get the real lowdown because that sounds
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
yeah,
somebody was doing
yeah.
something they shouldn't have. Oh, well, it's up
Yeah,
to them now.
people shady, bro. People shady, and I don't even think people are shady. I just people are themselves, and I think
Mm,
the reason that I've been um, privileged, and I think I've been spoiled is because of the tribe that we had growing up. You know what I'm saying? And the
mm,
not only the brotherhood, but the fact that like, yo, you gonna do right by me, I'm gonna do right by you. We gonna, move together as a unit. And
That's
when
it.
you try to give that same energy to other people and you don't receive that, you receive you can see their selfishness, their just straight grimy, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like,
mm,
dang, that's crazy. Like, I tried to bring you in the circle. I tried to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know, be nothing but the utmost for you. And to
mm,
kind of get treated dirty, it's like, man, you can't let everybody in your circle. So
mm.
it was a great lesson. I appreciate the pain, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm grateful for it, but at the end of the day, yeah, we gonna keep it moving. So that's how we
Hey,
starting the year off. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Man, let me
hey.
find this rap
Couple
Like
airport
when
weeks.
sound.
Dub's on this types of time, man. You got that.
Right.
We on that energy, that
Rap.
Kobe energy, that
That was
Black
on
That's
that
what
Mamba.
real rap time.
Yeah, that's
I
where we
like
at.
that.
Like we got goals to achieve, and yeah, we just gotta step on everybody's neck.
Pop
Air horn,
that. Yo,
air
yo,
horn.
yo.
Yeah,
Don
Drop a bomb.
DeMarco,
Drop one of
Marco,
Cool's
yeah,
bombs
Marco.
for me.
Right, right.
yo, oh
I
shit,
need a sound effect,
That's
man.
that's
yeah,
it, man. And what's
yeah,
26 for me? Yeah, the consistency piece is big, man. Like I feel like I was 25 was a great year. I can't even front professionally, personally. Alex and I, able to celebrate 11 years of marriage. Caden going to college and graduating high school. A lot of pluses. Mom turned 81. Just seeing all my brothers be able to like continue to manifest and walk into what they are as men and family heads of their family and spiritual heads of their community. Like these things are big, so I'm just like doubling down on that same type of time, um, but also just being real. I mean, I'm 45, so like I'm just way more certain about what I want and like who I'm going to mess with and who I'm not going to mess with and who I'm going to move with and how I'm just throughout all of it. Like I'm not going hem haw about a missed opportunity at work or somebody does something shady outside of my controls. Like I'm controlling what I can control, and everything else I'm letting go and letting God take care of. But like I'm putting 100% effort in everything. But like if it's for me, it's going to move towards me. If it's against me, then I'm just going to give it away. So I'm not trying to like worry. That's easier said than done because like we was raised by some worriers, Adam. You know how our parents be. Them jokers get up, start worrying. You know you shouldn't be walking outside in the cold. You know people die from. I'm like, Mom, I'm walking. So like just trying to shed some of those like layers of whatever that is, and let's like bring in nothing but like full honesty and like myself into the situations I'm in is what I'm on, man. I'm just like not trying to play around with that. From a golf perspective, I want to get my handicap down. I can't even play with why put me out there on the girlfriend's tees last year. My goal this year, I want to get to the men's. You hear me? I want to be where I want to be where the blues is at. You know,
The hyenas.
right? I want to be back there with the hyenas. Exactly. I want to look at Pam Anderson's house from Summerlin. Like that's hers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see her in that sauna. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but just creatively, you know, continue the DJ thing, continue to grow these little communities we're building here in Columbus. I'd love to, you know, just see that flourish online and in person. Gotta
Make
get
sure
you
y'all
back
check
through
out
Khalid.
We the Sound Radio.
Yo, come back. No, Khalid,
We
you
the
back.
Sound
Great plug.
Radio. Man, for me, you know, ended the year on a major high note for sure. You know, getting engaged and whatnot. So definitely trying to carry
Yes, sir.
that energy into this year and just keep the vibes high, keep the energy high. And I love what you said, Carl, about feeling more certain, you know, as we, you know, get more mature, let's say, in age. I think that's one of the cool things about getting older. They don't really tell you, you know, you always think getting older is like this doom and gloom. You know, your body starts hurting and all that stuff. But the cool part is you start really like knowing what you want, and you're able to like filter out the, you know, the BS, you know, from the real, and you just have more discernment, more clarity about stuff. So that's been cool. Just kind of getting that wisdom and feeling more confident within myself. Kind of, you know, these past few years have gotten a little hard on myself, a little down on myself. Haven't been as productive as I would have liked to have been, but you know, I feel like I've done a lot of mental work on myself to feel confident, you know, going into this year. So I honestly don't have a lot of goals this year. I'm trying to like give myself some grace with that and like move with a little less pressure on myself and just like I said my resolution is gonna be joy and just having fun. Like whatever I do, I just want to have fun with it and like not worry about if it's successful or, you know, if it's getting more traction on social media or, you know, if people like it and whatnot. Like I'm trying to get out of that mindset of everything has to have a certain outcome and you know, certain result and things like that. So no goals this year, just moving off of vibes and, you know, back to kind of the happy-go-lucky Khalid energy, you know, rather than the, you know, extra serious, you know, over critical as, you know, shit.
Come on, play the album for yourself right now, man. Play the album for yourself.
Yeah,
Release
exactly. I need a meditation. I need to go.
This little punk ass, bitch ass.
Hey, we all got the self-critic.
Hey, I got it. I got it the worst. I got it the worst, man. I got it the worst.
We got a window in. Like, hey, man. You just said it's about to be therapy. Somebody said it's about to be. It was Wyatt.
Exactly.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Let it out. Let it out.
It always
good,
comes out, man. So yeah, man, that's me, right? For 2026 is like just going with the vibes, having fun, like you said, life is short. So yeah, man, we at that age where like every day
Right.
is a blessing. You know what I mean? So yeah, man,
Zaza
that's
slide in
it.
26. We about to Zaza
Yeah, do
slide
what
in
you
Zaza
26.
slide, right?
Yeah, man.
do what you love to do, man. Do what you.
Yeah, for me, man, echoing what you guys are saying, like positive self-talk for me has got to get better. So the Khalid, your meditation album was right on time.
Mm.
Because it's like I was searching for like a performance coach, spiritual, like with, Pastor Troy with New Salem in Columbus does a great job for me on that regard. But like that show Billions, they had a psychologist like in the office and she was a performance coach. So anytime you had negative thoughts or whatever, you could go talk to her. And then I know like there's organizations for entrepreneurs like YPO and other organizations, and I'm a part of some of them. But yeah, negative self-talk for me has been like fuel in the past, or the competitive, like it could bring that out in me. You know what I mean? But like when it goes overboard and I start to manifest stuff physically negatively, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, we got to like recalibrate here a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the business, for me, it feels like I'm waking up every morning to water left, OB right with a 30-mile-per-hour crosswind. You know what I mean? Like that's how it feels every morning. You know what I mean? That pressure, of like, man, you want to throw up before you tee off. Like that's how I'm waking up every morning because it's so close to success. We're doing some uncharted territory stuff for black entrepreneurship in this country. You know what I mean? But it's like you're so close for that shit to go sideways, but you're so close for it to go good. You know what I mean? And it looks like everything's lining up to go good. But coming from a warrior, you're like, man, this shit ain't never gonna work, man.
Dude,
you know what I mean? Like, I'm crazy to think that this is about to
We
pop
gotta
off.
shed that. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
even though it's lining up to look like that,
Right.
So yeah,
People
that's
call
on
it
the
self-sabotage, all that, but it's the
yeah,
same.
yeah. So this extremely positive stuff coming down the pipe. So how do I reframe my mind and like me being that and competitive and kind of type A? People won't believe you when I'm type A, but like when it comes to operations or getting stuff done, like I'm very focused and like let's get this right. And if you're a weak player, you need to go somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to read like, Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. So like Carl has that light with people. You know what I'm saying? Like Carl and I'll be having lunch and random strangers will come talk to him like he got the joy of God in him. Like, hey buddy, how's your? I'm like, what? People mean mug me like I'm about to rob him. You know what I mean? And this dude, you 20 minutes. So I'm trying to get better at that. Like, working with people, but how do you motivate them or incentivize them that they want to work with you? You know what I mean? And like you said, Khalid, like go back to that being that joyful person, because that's even when we played golf. Like when I played my best, I was joyful. I was
Right.
I was more Lee Trevino than Jack Nicklaus. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I think I got to approach that with life. And then on the family front, just celebrated 8 years with my wife. The girls are turning 3 and
Crazy.
5. Yeah, so
Wow.
That's crazy.
Trophies.
the girls are at that age where it's like now it's about exposure, because that's how we were all exposed. Our parents are crazy about that. So I'm trying to follow in that tradition of like, all right, you starting music now, you starting Suzuki, we're going to the golf course, you're going to drive the cart. We starting to throw the ball to work on hand-eye coordination, reading, you know what I mean? So we going to painting, origami, we doing all that. You know what I mean?
Teach a Mandarin.
Yeah. So,
Right.
yeah. Because that's, my dad's like, man, I'm proud of you for being the dad you are. And I'm like, well, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Like a lot of dudes started strong. You know what I mean? So just trying to do that. And then on the golf front, I want to play more, get back to playing competitively. So I don't need a lot of practice to be competitive in like these citywide events. Like I think I made it to the semifinals in the city match play, and that was my first round of the year. Like that, the first round was my first round of the year. You know what I mean?
Air horn that.
So it's like
right.
if I could just, I'm not trying to get my tour card, like Wyatt and make money, but like just to be competitive and keep a low single digit handicap with just office drills, and then get my girls if we can kind of go out a few times a month. That's kind of my goal for golf, man.
That's dope. That's dope. And if I can add in one piece, because you guys just brought up some powerful stuff when it comes to like the self-sabotage or just the doubt that creeps in to your head,
Hmm.
which every human has at some point in time in their life. It's the I think you guys can attest to this when we play golf. Golf is such a psychological, cerebral sport, and it relates a lot to life, right? And when I heard you guys talk about like the self sabotage with Adam was like, I think he said like OB left, water right. The one of the great lessons that taught me on the course that I use in life as well too is talk to yourself instead of listen to yourself.
Hmm.
And what I mean by that is when you listen to yourself, I'm like, shoot, there's water over to the right. Shoot, OB left. Ah, shoot, I don't want to hit it over there. That's like the thoughts that keep, that just creep in without your
Hmm.
willingness or unwillingness, right? As opposed to talking to yourself like, okay, I'm about to hit it down the fairway with a little draw. This is where I'm going to start it, and this is where it's going to go. Okay, let's hit
Hmm.
it. I got this. You know what I'm saying? When you
Yeah.
give yourself that type of positive direction of which you also said, Carl, which you were so decisive in this stage of your life, and that's how it kind of needs to be like on the course and I guess off the course that I'm learning from you guys as well too. Just like
Mhm.
anytime like you got a putter or whatnot, someone who says they can or can't usually are both right. Like, oh shoot, like I don't want to lip this out or anything, as opposed to someone like, yo, I'm about to
I'm
drop
gonna
this, I'm
make
about to
this.
make this.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like just
man.
using those different type of mentalities, and whether it be philosophical or psychological, whatever the case may be, is that's a great gem that I learned on the course. So the better I become a better
Man.
golfer, the better I become a better person.
Yeah, and I'll second that. For me, it's like I know that, but I don't execute it. So
Yeah.
I'll read all the
Yeah.
books. I know, like it's that Tiger and JT match play thing where JT's like Tiger had coached him to say Terrell Owens' phrase or mantra, like "I love me some me."
Mm.
Mhm.
And JT made like a 25 footer to win the match or something, and JT screams, "I love me some me," and that's a TO
Hmm.
thing.
That energy. Yeah.
Yeah, but for
Yeah.
me, it's like I know that, and then I'll read the books, and they say, okay, do this 10 times a day, and I don't do that. So I don't practice,
Mhm.
like what Wyatt is saying, like talking to yourself, saying those mantras 10
Versus
times a
listening to
day. Like,
yourself.
yeah, just listening to what can
That
go
might have to be the
wrong.
first DTRS shirt. Talk to
Right.
yourself versus
Mm.
listen to yourself.
Yeah.
That's the
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
information.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Nah, that's fire.
Facts.
That's fire, man. I never thought about it. I never heard it put like that. But Adam, you called this out with Brucey and Jason Day when they did their match play on
Oh,
the
yeah. Yeah.
lads.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the
Yeah.
same thing, just playing out in real time, like somebody who's talking to themselves versus somebody who's listening to themselves.
Yeah. It was
See
real,
the
man.
arc.
It was real.
You can see the arc of what happened when somebody was like, "Here's a bad shot." It kind of carries over into something. Then the downstream effects of that just happen, play out in real time. And Jason Day's over there like, "All right, I just got to make this. I got to get up
Yeah.
and down from here. I get close here. I know I can birdie
Right.
this one." It's just like he's
Right.
already in process around doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. He
Man,
was
yeah,
talking. Oh, it was a bad lie. What can I expect? It's like,
What
exactly,
would y'all say is
exactly.
like y'all's way of like if you're on the course and you need that confidence boost, to play a tough hole, or maybe you had a couple bogeys in a row and you need to bounce back, and get a birdie going, or just get the pars going again. Like, what's y'all's way of like getting yourself going again if you're experiencing a rough stretch? Would you say?
you want to go pro?
Oh,
I
you
was
want
gonna
me?
say, go
Okay,
ahead.
got you,
I
got
would
you.
love to
I
hear.
was like,
I got
I
thoughts,
was
but
about to
mine
tap
are
in. I was like, oh, what
right.
they about to say?
Yeah,
Go
I'd
my
love to
turn.
hear
Oh,
your
okay.
thoughts. I go from an 8 to a
Uh,
7, like got him, but like let me hear the
Right.
no, one of the things for me, that I've learned, and I've talked to a couple psychologists about this, it's actually just having the awareness that you're in the eye of the storm, right? And having the awareness that
Mm,
you're, having a pattern. So let's say if you have a bad shot, right? Because it's going to happen, it's inevitable. When you have that bad shot, it's like, okay, do I keep compounding this bad shot or do I let it go and focus on the actual shot in hand? Because there's literally
Mhm.
nothing literally nothing I can do in this game of golf of like, nah, timeout, I want to redo. It's like,
Right.
nah, it's already done.
Right.
I got to keep
Right.
it pushing. Like, what
Hmm.
happened yesterday? Like, I can't take yesterday back unless y'all got a time machine,
Right.
AI making a time machine or something like that that I don't know about. It's probably something out there, time walkers or something. But if I can't literally do anything, I can only control what I can control. So the things that
Hmm.
I can control are the thoughts and the swings that I have of being in the present. So let's say everything is not working properly, then I literally strip expectations, I strip everything, and I start small and try to build. Okay, well, if I don't know where this ball is going, whatever the case may be, it's like, okay, well, let's just try to hit a fairway, see how that goes, right?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, I hit a fairway. Okay, well, let me see if I can just hit a green, get it on the green anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a bonus. And then you start building momentum there.
Hmm.
Now, when it comes to when things collapse, because I've had a lot of collapses before, and I've done a way better job, especially last year and than previous years of when I do have I've deduced a little bit of the big numbers. It's just like, okay, how do I stop this collateral damage? Okay,
Hmm.
well, it's probably the way I'm thinking and the way I'm approaching the problem. So compared to like if I'm in trouble, like I can usually like if I'm not thinking clearly, I'm like, okay, I can, do this heroic shot. I know I got this shot. Maybe 7 out of 10 times I can do it, but shoot, that 3 out of 10 it gets you every time. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if I'm not in flow and if I'm not in the flow state, well, let's take I can recover from a bogey than I can from a triple and
Yeah.
a double and everything. So let's minimize the damage, and you might mess around and get up and down and make the par, or even somehow make birdie. And I've
Hmm.
done way more of that this past season than taking out or adding on a huge big number. But
Yeah.
there are cases where we call them like the spins. You get the spirals where everything's happening so fast, which is funny because golf on the outside looking in isn't a fast sport,
Right.
right?
Right.
Hmm.
But everything is happening so fast where you can't even think straight. And you like, yo, how do I? And then when that happens, I just like start working on my breathing and taking and trying to be present and just like, okay, like what can I do at this moment? How can I reset as quickly as possible? I think that's one of the best lessons that I've learned. When things to get off the railroad tracks, how can I reset as quickly? Because
Hmm.
when you look at some of the tour guys, when they do have big numbers, they bounce back with like a
Hmm.
birdie or a par, like nothing even impacted them. So
Hmm.
it's like even though I had like that double or triple, it's like, bro, that was even me. Like that was the winners. You blame it on something else because of the selective memory that you have. So it's
Yeah.
like, bro, like that was even nothing I had control over because whatever the case may be, you make up any excuse and you keep it pushing. Like I'm way better
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
My
dope.
bad for
And
the
remembering,
long-winded question.
Nah,
nah,
that's
that's
great.
dope. That's dope. That's
That's
perfect.
My
awesome.
bad.
It reminds me like golf is a sport, and there's other people who go through this that are in, adjacent sports that aren't, a stick and a ball, but like watching that movie F1 and like figuring out like those dudes moving at that speed and having to make
Yeah.
decisions that quickly with terrain and tire pressure and do I dump off or do I keep driving? Like there's like things you can emulate across all of it. I've been reading this book by Tim Grover. This is the performance coach for Jordan and Kobe.
Yeah, is
Winning.
that
The trainer.
relentless?
It's the one after that, Winning, and it's
Got
yeah,
you.
it is fire, man. It's just like it's obsession mixed with a little bit of like delusion, mixed with like this weird neuroses of like I'm just
Hmm.
gotta understand that it sucks. Winning is always something you'll chase. You get it for a second and you borrow it, but you never own it. So it's like that
Hmm.
whole notion of the rent's due every day. You gotta just deposit
Yeah.
time,
Mm,
energy, effort, focus, and that just kind of builds on itself. It compounds to become like a win, and those
Hmm.
wins start small. The fairway finder shot you hit, that's a little punch down driver or whatever, just to get you in the fairway. Just you build on that, and then get yourself back. Hit a green, two putt for par, shoulders drop a little bit. Roger Steele
Hmm.
was talking about taking a deep breath and then dropping his shoulders when he's spraying the ball everywhere. And that's a
Hmm.
place for him to find like relaxation and kind of getting his body out of his head and just
Hmm.
being able to let the body do what it should do. But like it's a there's just so many places you can pick from that are athletic that you can like just tease out ideas from. and every cue is different for people. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that because I think it all comes down to like the process and falling in love with the process and kind of like reminding yourself to get back, get back to the process. Like you were saying, when things are spiraling, it's like, all right, let me just focus on the small things. Let me take a deep breath. Let me try to hit a fairway. Let me just make one, putt here and just kind of get the momentum going. And I think, that's what kind of separates the pros from the very good amateurs is that ability to like bounce back and like have that ability to, get back to present and just kind of like staying in the moment. And it made me kind of appreciate what Scotty was saying. I think it was last summer when he kind of got misconstrued when people thought he was ungrateful for winning. He was like, golf isn't that fulfilling. You can only like enjoy the trophy for a couple minutes and then you got to go play again. But I think what he was trying to say is like he's more so in love with the process versus like just winning. Winning is fun and like a part of the process, but it's more like his focus is the day to day, being a good golfer and just like going to work. And
You have to also think about, sorry to cut you off quick. You also have to think about like Scotty as well too. He's in a different stratosphere as other people. And what I mean by that is that he's reached the top of the mountaintop. He's at Mount Everest and he's like, shoot, I
right,
thought the view was going to be better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought this was going to be, I actually can hold on to this, being number one and doing all this win and everything. And I thought it would be on my way up there. And now that I'm up at the mountaintop, I was like, oh, shoot. It's not the view at the top, it was the journey getting to the top. That was the most enjoyable and fulfilling thing. So the actual competing, the process of trying to get to number one and accomplish his goals and any other goals that he has coming up, that's the fulfillment. Because like winning, you hoist the trophy, you say an interview, and then sign some autographs and you go home. I don't mean to make winning sound so dull and so mundane, but like it's more of it's more of the process of about to win or going to win is the most fulfilling part.
right,
And then when you win and when you accomplish that win, that's when it feels amazing. But like actually, like once you won, it's like, okay, game's over. Like once you play a video game and you win the top, it's like, shoot, I beat the final boss. Okay, the game's done. As
right.
opposed to like, oh shoot, I'm about to get to the final boss. I've built, my whole, player, my character up to get to the final boss and beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody been hitting them sticks. Somebody been hitting
No, 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 no. I mean, the boy did get a PlayStation 5 for Christmas.
Okay,
So,
okay.
let me stop.
I knew something was up. I knew something was up. I knew something was up.
I just thought he watched Stranger
Y'all be
Things. I was like,
y'all be walking right into the bait.
He talking that talk.
I thought he watched the end of Stranger Things. I was like,
Nah. This man.
That's crazy.
Yo, I never got hip to that. Is Stranger Things really that fire?
No, it's fire, man. Yeah, it's great.
It's
like an
fell off
80s.
after. I need to get back on. I fell off after season 3, I think. But
Yeah.
it's fire though.
There's some lows in it.
Is
There's
it?
some lows, but it's like an 80s theme and it's got like Midwestern roots all about it. And the content is just like the story is like very nerdcore, but it's like just good versus evil. It just reminds me of 80s movies and 80s
For sure.
kind of sitcoms.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like it actually concludes in a way that's not all, weird. I can't watch some of these modern shows. Alex be trying to have me watch like, bro, I just can't do it.
You need to watch that one show. It's I know I'm going to pronounce it wrong. The Pluribus or something like that. Pluribus.
That one's crazy. Yeah. Pluribus is wild.
Is that what? Yeah, that's fire. Yeah,
I watched that. That one was weird. That was super weird. It took me a minute to get into it. Just that character, that lady's character was just so like, I couldn't. She was just so bratty. I was like, I can't get into this.